is met by number 28, Reese Pearson. No gain on the play. 4th down, Erie Prophetstown.
Good evening from Princeton. This is Rock River Community Radio, broadcasting the Fresh Soft football game here tonight in Week 9. Got a special edition for you, doing things old school tonight, where we're going to play the Fresh Soft and the varsity football games here on a Friday night, and we'll explain that a little bit more later. Sorry about a little late start. Had some technical difficulties getting moving. Panthers have the football and on the move on 4th down, and looking to throw the football into the end zone, and has a reception into the end zone.
Pass is complete in the end zone.
Jackson Alls with the reception, and the Panthers, good timing. We just got on
number 18 on the reception. That's Jackson Alls.
What happened was Princeton got the football first, had a fumble down at about their just inside their own 40-yard line. Panthers took over and marched down the field. Had a really nice run by Justin Pearson early in this drive, set them up to just get that score. Yeah, we'll get going. So I'm Scott Miner, alongside, as always, my co-host, Scott Hammer. Welcome, Scott.
Yeah, how you doing here? We get finally all set up. It was a little bit of a Chinese fire drill here.
And so we're going to attempt this extra point, and it looks like that one's going to struggle to get through. And they're going to say that's no good. And your Panthers are going to have an early 6-0 lead here with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. And yeah, we got like you said, a Chinese fire drill is a good description of what has gone down for the last 20 minutes. And so we've got some things going on with some change of personnel up here in the booth as well. We got Scott and I, who have been staples here this year. Tonight we have Darren Keith on technology, who's the mastermind behind the Rock River Community Radio. And so glad to have Darren. And then first time on the camera, we've got Coach Jason Orman. And so you got anything to say about any of the screenshots you're seeing tonight, feel free to look Coach Orman up and have a word with him. But we thank Coach for coming down and filling in tonight for us. I think that's our 5th cameraman in 9 weeks.
Yeah, at least I don't think he's filling in. I just don't think we have a permanent person. So, or he's not replacing somebody, I should say. And
also thanks to Rusty Packer, who said he would actually
Williams and Elmore getting
so
set to receive for Princeton.
As a possibility. Of course, Bruce Franks has done a week. Dan Irick has done a couple of weeks for us.
Bill Weaver.
Yeah. So,
and I did a half.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been kind of a merry-go-round there on the camera. So the Panthers are getting set to kick off. I'm going to have to acclimate you to some numbers and names for some players that you probably haven't been familiar with, because this is our first broadcast. Justin Pearson is our quarterback, is our place kicker, is our kicker.
And seemed to be the focal point of the offense on that last drive. I think there's a couple kids that normally play on the Fresh Soft that might be on the varsity today, because I don't see Carson Irick down there. At least he's listed as number 7 in the program, and I don't see a 7 out there. So they may not have Carson either.
And that very well may be the case with some stuff that's going on at the varsity level, and we'll get into that more when we get to the varsity broadcast, but we're going to be without a player or two at the varsity level tonight. And getting set to kick off with a 5-yard penalty there against the Panthers. And Pearson kicks it off. Going to get fielded cleanly at about the 20-yard line. And right up the middle of the field is the Princeton Tigers. And they're going to bring it up just past midfield, and a nice tackle there.
Owen Elmore on the return. Brought down by Justin Pearson.
Yeah, he did everything there. He did the kick, he did the tackle, and then he very politely let the guy land on top of him so he didn't go to the ground very hard. So.
Fresh off coach.
Ball is right at midfield.
Yes, Coach Kyle Foster.
That's where the Tigers will start, 1st and 10.
In with a record of 6-2 this year, and started off 6-0. Have backslid just a little bit here these last couple of weeks. Again, as this season has progressed, he's lost a couple of players to full-time varsity roster spots. He's lost a player to a move, and so he's gotten a little bit depleted. All right, first down for Princeton. And they're going to have a quarterback keep, and he's out into open space, and he's going to have a
handoff goes to number 28, Reese Pearson.
Yeah, Princeton's Princeton did move the ball pretty well on their first possession. They marched it. And they went from about
Brought down by number 20, Caleb Brown.
EP's 30 before they fumbled. So they
Ball's
showed
at the 32-yard line. First and 10, Tigers.
Downs, or lost it on the fumble.
Tigers will have it at the 32-yard line, first and 10. And like most weeks for us in the booth, we're looking right into the sun. And quarterback's going to keep it once again, going to go off left tackle. Nice job there recognizing it. And
Cochran's handoff again goes to number 28, Reese Pearson.
Caleb Thompson.
Brought down by number 55, Caleb Thompson.
Yep. How's it look? Yeah, it looks good. Are you
Gain of about 3, second and 7.
Just checking with our camera.
Tigers.
Yeah, Caleb Thompson has really come into his own here in this freshman year. Gotten a lot of accolades from Coach Foster in his progression. So look forward to seeing what Caleb's going to do as he continues to progress. Probably don't look to throw the football a whole lot. The quarterback's got gloves on both hands, and he's going to take it around the right side. And
handoff goes to Reese Pearson.
25-yard line.
Yeah, Matthew Ballard in on that stop. Jimmy
again brought down by number 55, Thompson.
For the Bears, so sometimes maybe they
third down, Princeton.
Technology they have these days.
Okay. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if they want to throw it much. Third down for the Tigers.
There's some golfer on the PGA that wears gloves on both hands too. I can't remember what his name is.
Rye is his last name. And they're going to go off right guard, and looks like he'll have enough for the first down. Still on his feet. Going to get down inside the 20.
Yeah, Matthew
Pearson
Ballard
on the carry.
That one too. He spun out of that tackle attempt. And they got enough to move the chains. Quick moving first quarter here. Of course, we didn't get the camera started or our program started on time, but 2.5 left in the first quarter.
First and 10 Tigers. Ball spotted right at the 20-yard line. Ball on the right hash. Tight formation for the Tigers. And they're going to run it off a left guard. A bit like a Riverdale-style offense there.
Yeah, it really is.
Handoff goes to number 1, Dominic Sandoval.
The backs are right outside the end, so they have all 11
check that. Colby
inside
Pollock.
the tackles.
That'd be a pickup of, we'll give them 4 on that play. Second and 6. Ball spotted down on the 16-yard line. Panther,
second down, Princeton.
Team wearing the old varsity uniforms, and the away uniforms aren't too hard, aren't too tough to pick up numbers. Boy, those home jerseys are really tough, though. And they're going to run a little inside counter to the right side, and sniffed out pretty well for the Panthers. We'll have to see where
Sandoval, the ball
be
carrier.
Close to a first down, but I think just short.
Yeah, it looks a couple yards short. Bring up about third and about 1:20 to go in the first quarter here.
Panthers struck first on a fourth down pass from Pearson to Alls.
Third down and 2, Princeton.
Early on here in the fresh off game. Let's say 3rd and 1. And they're going to go off a right guard, and he's got enough for the first down. He'll be down around the 5-yard line.
Ball goes to number 28, Reese Pearson.
They don't even run outside.
Tackle made by number 18, Jackson Alls.
Moving the chains.
Do have a few of you tuned in right now. If you don't mind dropping a
first
message
and
in
goal,
the chat,
Princeton.
making sure that our stream looks and sounds all right for you. First and goal for the Tigers. They're going to run it off the right side. A couple of blockers, but nice play by the
Snap
left
goes
tackle,
number 28, Reese Pearson.
68.
Tackle made by number 68, Raylan Scott.
Because it looked like he had a hole to run through.
Gain of a couple.
Kind of spun him around, and
second and goal from the 3-yard line, Tigers.
And that's going to end the first quarter as well. So they're going to have to make the long march all the way down to the other side. We don't have to look into the sun that way.
Just like about every, seems like every away game in our conference this year, other than if you have to travel to Riverdale, you hop in a car, you drive an hour.
Yeah, And look into the sun. Why are all the bleachers facing into the sun? It's kind of crazy.
I'm not sure, but the sun will set behind the Princeton High School here in just about, looks like 15, 20 minutes, and we should be good to go after that. Panther varsity squad will be coming in with a record of 6-2, looking to add to that tonight and bolster their playoff. Try to get my cords here. Bolster their playoff rankings. Right now, currently sitting in 21st position with the playoff points that they're sitting at, which is 33, which is a number that is the total wins that they have on their schedule for their opponents. 7-2 obviously will boost them just a little bit in the rankings, likely. 6-3 certainly won't. We'll drop them, and we'll talk about kind of some of the predictions that we see as we did a little bit of homework and research on that. But certainly we'll drop them some, and we'll give them a tougher first-round opponent. With so many things that are at stake.
A lot of variables with that, because last year we ended up getting that 9-0 team, and really I think we were the better team in that draw. It just didn't work out that way at the end.
Yeah,
I'm leaning on your cord. Just
we're going to have to figure something out with the cords here, Scott. Darren, you all good? Darren.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. That didn't sound good.
Yeah. My thumb just touched that button.
Okay, we're gonna say that it's all good. All right, second and goal for the Tigers here to start the second quarter, and we got a whistle and official stoppage of play. I think we've got a player that's got a problem with their equipment. He'll have to run off, at least for a play, to get that addressed. Big number 50 looks like a stout individual.
Yeah, that was a
Princeton.
big kid.
Not all of you at once. I see that we still don't have any comments there to make sure that we're streaming good. That either means we're not or y'all are shy. All right, now we're set to go here for the first play in the second quarter. 10-minute quarters for the press off. And the quarterback's going to keep this right up the middle. Read pretty well by the defense. Going to be stopped short of the goal line.
Yeah, big power there. Looks like pretty much.
Handoff goes to number 12, Bryce Cochran.
2-yard line. They
Brought down by number 65, Zach Lawson.
They don't even show willingness to even attempt.
Third and goal from the 2 are the Tigers.
Notable losses, to this fresh off team. Lane Decker had been working both fresh off and varsity levels. Recently moved up to a varsity only spot, so obviously a big cog in the wheel. Trevor Kimmons was a lineman for the Panthers, and he moved out of district. There's a good job by the Panthers.
Reese Pearson on the carry.
And they're going to stop him short of the end zone there. He's actually going to lose a yard.
Brought down by number 54, Cash Wolf.
Balanced there, they only had just a guard and tackle on the right side of the center. They had shifted and unbalanced to the left.
It'll bring up fourth down, Princeton.
He sprinted out there and made the quarterback stretch that all the way to the sideline. And by the time he got to the sideline, we had rallied to it and were able to get him for the loss.
Caleb's been a key player this year for the Panther press-off team in the success that they've had. They're going to run it off right guard, and he's going to be into the end zone for a score.
Number 28, Reese Pearson takes it in for the Tiger touchdown.
We're all knotted up at sixes.
Okay, we got one text here that we sound okay.
All right, just okay?
Well,
it's early.
Yeah, it was my mom. She said good. We'll take that.
All right, Princeton also has a place kicker, so they'll try to push one through the upright. It's down, and kick is up and good.
Point up is good.
Plenty of leg on that one. Kicked it all the way into the bleachers and behind the goalpost.
A little interesting setup here with the stands. There is no visitor stands, if you will, across the way. So we've got a home stands that you'll see where you're seeing from the camera, and then there's a small set of section in the end zone that the kicker just kicked into. Other than that, I don't see any seating.
No, everyone. I don't know if they pick a side for first off and varsity.
Just being told that the visitors section is down to the right here on the same sideline. So,
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, just an announcement. The Interact Club is hosting a bake sale tonight down by the concession stand.
right,
All
76
donations
score.
made are going
did have
directly
really good
to
work
St.
out here,
Jude.
too, to
So
dig into
please
that.
support
I'm
the Interact Club
so
tonight.
far. And good job, Coach O, getting on the scoreboard there. 9:02 to go here in first half. First time this year. A little different bringing your first off football game.
Yeah. You carried one, or did you just come to watch?
Just came to watch.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't set the equipment up.
Braylon Clevenger getting set to
Came
kick for the
watch
Tigers.
One of the fresh off football games earlier in the season. Actually, a couple of them. I got a nephew playing on this team. All right, Princeton getting set to kick off. And a really nice night for football. No wind. They're going to do a little pooch kick. And 55 does a nice job. Caleb Thompson.
He really did. I don't know if he's got any basketball in his background, but he jumped up to catch
Caleb
that one.
Thompson on
Made it a little more
kick
difficult
return.
than he had to, but did a nice job of securing that. So EP will be able to start with good field position right at the 40.
Panthers will take over for their second possession tonight.
Ball's at the 40-yard line. That's where Erie Prophetstown will start, 1st and 10.
9 minutes to go in the first half.
Go Tigers!
Going to go up under center. It's Justin. Going to hand the ball off to the first back through. And he's going to plow ahead for just a really short gain. They're going to give him pick up a 1 there.
Yeah, was that James Lopez on the carry?
Yep.
Big
James Lopez on the
bowling
carry.
ball of a running back. He's listed at 5'7", 215. Good sized kid.
Gain of a couple. 2nd and 8.
He's gotten a couple of
Panthers.
carries at the varsity level this year.
Do you know what Princeton's first off record is at all?
I don't.
We'll try and get that to you for you
Go
at halftime.
defense!
Got to be somebody in the booth willing to give us that answer. Oh,
And they're going to call a penalty and a false start
Penalty
on
marker.
the Panthers. That'll back them up 10 or 5. Still 5 yards at the fresh off level, right?
yeah, I believe so. And everywhere else.
Yeah. I got to limit my mistakes tonight. I caught a little grief for a couple of them that I made last week. So
Oh, man.
I got to try to shore some of that up.
Yeah, they're just trying to give you constructive advice, I'm sure.
7-6 your score, 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Walker, right, it looks like in the backfield maybe with, nope, that's not Walker, that is Noah Burke in the backfield. And
Pitch
right
goes
nicely by
to
the
number
Princeton
3,
Tigers.
Noah Burke.
And that's going to be, looks like a loss of.
He's met by number 56,
Yeah, wasn't quite
Gabe
able to
Heaton.
get the outside there where they're trying to set that play up. I wouldn't be surprised.
Loss
if
on the
we see
play.
some
It'll bring
Justin
up
Pearson
3rd
on
down.
this next play.
Erie
He's
Prophetstown.
the main part of this first off offense at this point.
What I've been really impressed with Justin as I've watched him a few games this year is his ability to throw the football, and especially throw the football off of one leg. Rolling out, he's able to throw the ball effortlessly 25, 30 yards, and usually pretty accurately.
Let's go D!
Walker out here to the near side. Going to look to throw the football. A little problem in the backfield, and Justin able to avoid the first tackle. And he's going to look to throw the football still on his feet. They're going to throw it over here, and going to be incomplete.
Pass falls
But,
incomplete.
nice job scrambling there.
Yeah, hopefully they don't call grounding on that. The closest person was a lineman. He was just trying to find someone to throw to. Got quite a great job of scrambling on that play to get out of all of the traffic. Fortunately, also when he threw the ball, they
Ball's on the 36-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down, Panthers.
That'll bring up 4th down in a punting situation for the Panthers. Ball just outside the 35-yard line of their of the Panthers. And looks like Justin also does the punting for us. End over end snap, but fielded. And
Oh, go get it.
And the Panthers are going to pick this thing up and are going to be able to advance it. Justin Pearson doing it all.
Yeah, the Princeton never made the attempt to down the ball. He just touched it. The officials were kind of conferring, and the Princeton coaching staff is out pleading their case. You have to do more than just touch the ball. You have to actually down it. It's going to be a judgment call. The way it stands right now, it's a touchdown for EP, but we'll see what they say.
Coming in, part of the officiating staff this week is a familiar face we've had a couple of different times this year, Chris Brightback, local individual. They're going to spot the ball at the 26-yard line. I'm still not sure who has possession of the football. And they're going to give it to EP.
Okay, they might be saying you can't advance it in that situation would be the only thing I could see. Because I don't think we were down when we picked it up. But
No, and you know, we had that play last week with Derek blocking, Derek Nosker blocking that punt, and I did a little bit of research on that. And if you block the punt behind the line of scrimmage, you can advance it. I don't think you can advance it if the ball's past the line.
Ball is on the 26-yard line, 1st and 10, Panthers.
Okay.
If I did my research correctly.
Did you just type in an AI search, or did you go deeper into your?
No, it was just an AI, so it could have been just about anything. All right, we're going to roll left and look to throw the football. Get backside pressure. Going to throw it up for grabs. That's Caleb in the end zone, and he comes up with it, and he's going to say he's out of bounds. But what a grab!
Man, it really was. That was an NFL quality catch.
Pass
there
is
by
incomplete.
Caleb, with two defenders all over him. Not exactly sure.
It'll bring up 2nd down, Erie Prophetstown.
There were so many feet right there. The officials just like saying we're out of bounds. I don't know about that. That was a heck of a throw and a catch.
It'll go as an incomplete pass in the books. 2nd and 10. 6:24 to go here in the half. Panthers down 7-6. Darren, are we on the radio as well? All right. Now I got to adjust my speak if we're on the radio. All right, two receivers split out here to the right, and Justin's going to keep this himself. And the big mitts of an interior lineman.
Justin Pearson on the keeper.
Can't let him get away.
Yeah, he needed to kind of bounce that one outside. He wasn't able to do that. And they do have a
tackle made by number 28, Reese Pearson.
For the Princeton Fresh Soft team. I don't know if we've got
gain of 1, 3rd and 9.
I've got
Erie Prophetstown.
I don't know. I got this pole in my way.
I think it was number 10, Rockney Berlinski. Could have been wrong, though.
I'm caught between staring right behind this pole or having the sun in my face. You know, it's kind of.
So the pole's a better option.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, 3rd and 8. Ball on the 25-yard line. Gonna have 3 receivers split here to left, one in the slot. Shotgun formation. Gonna roll left, got good pressure, and that one's gonna be picked off. I think it was bad at the line of scrimmage.
Pass is intercepted.
Brown was the intended receiver, and a little bit behind him, and right to Princeton.
Pass picked off by number 7, Eli Osborne.
5 to go in the first half, so.
The Tigers take over, 1st and 10.
Bolster up their defense here. They don't want to go down 2 scores. EP will receive to start the second half as Princeton headed first.
Panthers not able to capitalize on that muffed punt. Or poor decision on the punt. I don't know if you call it a muffed punt. It was just a poor decision by the Princeton Tiger receiver. All right, gonna take it out shotgun formation. 2 guys look like they're gonna try to get the ball. They're gonna go off left tackle. A little bit of running room. And he breaks through everybody, and he's out in open space up past the 50. He's got 3 of the Panthers trying to catch him, but he's gonna run away from everybody. And he's gonna run this thing 81 yards for a touchdown. Yeah, he
just
Reese
he looked like he was
Pearson
bottled up
takes
right
it
there.
in for the Princeton
Got
touchdown.
lost in the traffic, and next thing you know, he burst out the other side, and a couple EP guys were left standing there not seeing him, and got to play to the whistle, and they had a late, well, no whistle, and he was able to go the distance. That was very unfortunate.
Very reminiscent of Riverdale Rams offense right there.
It really is.
Princeton are going to try for an extra point. Up 13-6. And the kick is up and good.
Kick is good.
Yeah, the Vikings showed what you got to do against that kind of power football. Against the tush push, they just put a guy sideways, made a pile. It's kind of what we talked about with Riverdale, trying to do that with Princeton's offense. Very similar. Just need to make a pile and hope they can't get around it. 5:08 left to go in his first half. 14-6 will be the score. Plenty of time for EP to come back and tie it up with the score and a 2-point conversion. Nope, lights just turned on.
All right, I got to go dark for just a second, go make an adjustment on the radio, or on the camera. I'll be right back. It's all yours, Scott.
Okay. He's going dark. Hopefully he comes back in a good mood. Kind of scary to hear about that. EP is set to return. Looks like we got Caleb Brown back along with, well, it looks like there's number 4. Walker Wright and Justin Pearson, I believe, are the 3 return guys. Last time Princeton tried a onside kick that we were able to recover. We'll see what they do this time. I'm gonna kick it away right to Caleb Brown, catches it on the fly at about the 20. Goes off the right side of that, got tripped up. EP will start their drive on the 30. Officials will bring in a new football. Each team can use their own football. They don't have to share.
Ball's on the 30-yard line. First and 10, Erie Prophetstown.
Kind of an interesting thing. Both teams come with their own football, and the other team is allowed to use the other teams if they want. So that comes into play very seldomly, but it has before. Justin Pearson going to pitch it out to James Lopez on the right side. Looks like he got about a 6-yard gain under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Did get out of bounds to stop the clock. I believe they've got, they do have all 3 of their timeouts on the scoreboard as well. So plenty of time to try and get down there and tie this game up. Justin Pearson's only attempted the couple passes, and they're both incomplete. The one could have been a touchdown to Caleb Brown in the corner. An official said he was out of bounds. Pearson fakes the handoff to Lopez, is going to keep it up the middle. Got enough for a first down. Hopefully they give him forward progress, which they do, out across the 40-yard line. Going to get a new set of downs at about the 42 with 4:44 to go in the first half with the clock running. They're going to have to maybe go with a little bit of tempo. Coach Foster calls in the play with some hand signals. I think the play was 3:43 if anybody's got the armband. You can follow along. That play didn't get going from the snap, was a little high, and they faked it to the outside, ended up handing it to Noah Burke for a loss of about 4 minutes to go in the first half. They will, Justin has been kind of working his shoulder a little bit. I don't know if he got thrown down. He's involved in about every play, kicking, receiving, defense, and quarterback too. So he has plenty of time to get knocked around, that's for sure. He's back in the shotgun with James Lopez to his right. Snap back to him, and he's trying to hit Walker Wright on an in. Kind of threw it behind him. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted. Going to bring up 3rd and about 13. Oh, they threw a flag. Did not see that. And I think they just picked the flag up. So still going to be 3rd and 13. Justin's coming into the huddle with the play. 3:31 to go in the first half. Princeton's up 14-6. Lopez to his left. Twin receivers on the left and right side. That one's going to be really close, actually. Someone's going to be offsides or false start. Almost happen simultaneously, but they're going to say false start. Kind of unfortunate. Going to move us back another 5 yards.
5-yard walk-off on Erie Prophetstown.
Going to bring up 3rd and about 18 now. Whoa.
Thunder.
Yeah. Somebody's upset.
Couple guys just going upstairs to get set up. So I'm back.
How was the dark side?
The dark side was good. I appreciate you letting me eat my my pork chop sandwich.
Well, you did pay for it, so I figured you might as well.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think you took a 50 out of my wallet.
Yeah, I got lots of
back.
change left. We'll see if I can dig that out later. Yeah.
I don't anymore. All right, 3rd down and very long for the Panthers. Working backwards, they're going to have trips out here to the left side. They're going to throw it out here to the left. Caleb Brown's got the reception, and more like a bubble screen, but managed pretty well by the Princeton Tiger defense, and just to pick up a 2.
Yeah, it was. They had a couple blockers out there. They just, and Princeton's going to call a timeout. They got over 3 minutes left. They're seeing they got a chance to put a little space on the scoreboard here. Good call by them. They had 3 left, so they used 1 there. So they'll have over 3 minutes to go, and they get possession here after this 4th down play, which will likely be a punt.
Here at halftime, we'll leave the camera running. We'll just have it on. We'll run some commercials, and then we'll put it on the field, and we'll go dark for a little while.
Yeah.
And come back at the start of the second half. Bring you second half action for the Fresh Off game, and then what's going to happen is we're going to stop this stream, and we'll create a new stream, so you'll have to sign off and then find the new varsity stream tonight. That way we can keep the Fresh Off stream up and keep it out there on YouTube for everybody. And then the varsity game, like we've been doing every week, we'll leave it up through the weekend, and we'll then have to take it down. And then at the end of the year, we've put all of the games in a vault. And at the end of the year, after the playoffs are done and we win the state title, we'll upload those back up there, and they'll be there forever for you guys to watch. All right, Justin is going to kick this ball away, and just a little short kick here, not a very good one. It's going to get just past midfield.
Yeah, he probably could have ran it about as far as he kicked it on that one. He kind of almost looked like he was going to fake that. So we're using a vault. I thought we had a lockbox.
Terminology.
Okay.
Tomato. Looking at some of these varsity football players, it's going to be hard to recognize them. They all got haircuts. Learned that on the way down here.
Yeah, the haircut thing, or everybody gets the peroxide out and turns it blonde. That's the big bonding thing they do at the end of the season, it seems like.
Princeton's going to have it just short of midfield. They're going to do a little inside trap handoff. And going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards, or 6 or 7 yards on first down.
6 or 7. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Got an opportunity this last week to go down. Actually, it was last Friday. Went down. Now they're going to do a quick set here on second down. And he's going to be up near the first down marker. Looks like he'll have it. But I got an opportunity to go down with the fire department, and we did Fire Prevention Day down at the elementary, and we're eating lunch with them, and it's just kind of a rowdy time with everybody. And somebody brought up 6 or 7, and the entire space just went nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, first down for the Tigers, and they tried to run that inside trap again, and read really well by the Panthers.
Right. Fool me once, but they didn't get fooled twice on that one. Nice job by the linebackers filling in on that one. Looks like 71. Oh, there isn't a 71. 55. Caleb Thompson was in on that tackle. Is that a 71 there? Right over the nose.
That was a loss of 4 on that play. They're going to hand it right up the middle, and he'll get back past the original line of scrimmage and pick up 5 on that play. 1:57 to go, and whistles blow, and the stoppage. The Panthers are going to take a timeout, it looks like.
Yeah, each team trying to think that they can get one last possession squeezed out of this, and since EP after that loss and then the EPA with a good stop, they're thinking, well, 1:57 will at least keep some time on there and make them punt. We got some pretty good athletes back there in Pearson and Brown. If they got a chance to return one for a long way, we have a chance to maybe put a score in, what they're thinking.
Panthers haven't had too much success here on the offensive side of the football since that opening drive. Hopefully they can get something figured out just here before half.
Orman's running that camera like a seasoned veteran out there. We'll see how he does when the sun goes down and it gets a lot colder. Hope he's got gloves. He is
stoic as well. He can hear us.
Study of concentration.
Yeah, so he's got a set of headphones, so we've got all kinds of jokes, and we're going to poke fun at him all night long. All right, 3rd and long for the Tigers. And coming out of that timeout, Tigers wanted to pick up 5 yards there. They're going to get an offsides on a hard count.
Yeah, now we're in a situation where if they would get a first down, Princeton's going to be calling the next time out. 3rd and very manageable. Wouldn't be surprised if they go on 2 on this one. Get an automatic first down.
3rd and 4, ball on the 34-yard line of the Panthers. Bunched formation on the right-hand side of the line for the Tigers. They're going to run it to that side. They're going to try to bounce it outside, and he's got some space. He's made the corner. He'll have the first down and run out of bounds. And fortunately, no flag came out of the pocket. Caleb Thompson held on to him quite a ways out of bounds there.
Yeah, they were just both going along for a ride, I guess, there. The quarterback's able to get up okay. If he'd have got up slower, we would have felt a little different about that, I suppose.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah. I'm not sure that's how the parents feel about a play like that, but 20-yard line with 1:49 to go in the first half. Princeton's up 14-6. Princeton, both teams with 2 timeouts left.
Tigers in the red zone again. They're going to run it off this left tackle this time and into daylight, and he's going to get himself into the end zone. And for the 3rd time tonight, the Tigers are going to put points on the board.
Yeah, big hole there right off the left tackle. He was able to find that and didn't really have to do anything after that. Just turn on the jets and find the core of the end zone. You don't like that?
That might look like I need it, but not a fan.
Just trying to help you out.
20-6, your score. 1:42 to go here in the second quarter.
They didn't have Dr. Pepper either.
And that kick is up and good. And Princeton taking a bit of control of this first half. Now 21-6. See if the Panthers can mount something here late.
Yeah, EP wasn't able to get anything going there after the last 2 drives. About 1:42 left and 2 timeouts. Need a big kickoff return here is what we need.
We got some athletes to do that. Last time they kicked it to Caleb Brown. We'd like to see him do that again. Give him a spot in space.
Looks like they let Justin Pearson take the kickoff returns off. He was back on punt return, I believe, but
back deep for the Panthers is number 4 Walker Wright, number 20 Caleb Brown, and here on this near side, if I can get a number, is that 10? Is that Justin?
No, he's down.
Yeah, Justin's over
Oh,
here.
he did sneak in.
This near
Okay.
side, yeah. So three returners here for the Panthers. Caleb, the deep back, set up at the 10-yard line. Is it Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. And this ball is going to go to Caleb, and he'll have to run over to get it. He'll pick it up at about the 8-yard line. He's going to go up this right side, and he's got a little bit of running room. He's going to have a nice return out past the 30.
Yeah, it was one of those deals where they outkicked the coverage. We talk about that, and Caleb did a great job of setting that up like he was going to take it to the middle of the field and got around the first wave of attackers there and was able to get clear out to the 35.
So the Panthers will have a minute and a half to see if they can get the pay dirt, cut into this 21-6 lead.
Yeah, you're going to have board envy over there. Look at all those channels.
And another streaming service getting set up next to us and admiring what they got for a setup. All right, Panthers come to the line. Ball at the 33-yard line. And they're going to run it up the right side, and that's Justin going to keep it himself.
Nowhere to go up the middle right there. 1:25 to go in the first half. EP isn't working with a lot of quickness there. They're called to play.
Walker and Noah out here to the left. They're going to look to throw the ball deep, and they got a man open. That's Walker Wright, and Justin overthrows him by a couple of yards.
That was a nice pass, though. Walker did an out and up, and Jordan threw that, or Justin threw that before he even made his second cut, and just about dropped it right in on him. He had the nice arm that you were talking about on that.
Minute and 5 to go. Third down. Panthers got to be careful here. They throw another incomplete pass. They're going to give Princeton enough time to try to mount something late.
Yeah, this last 3 minutes is taking a while with the timeouts and incomplete passes.
Spread offense for the Panthers. 3 receivers split left, 1 out to the right. And going to look to throw the football again. Justin scrambling. He's got all kinds of running room here to the left. He's going to have enough for the first down. Now he's going to take it back to the right side, and he's in open space. He's down inside Princeton territory, down inside the 30, and gets run out of bounds. Great run and play for the Panthers. Looks like he's going to get run out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it really was. He was over to the right, then he circled back to the left, and it looked like he was going to look for Caleb Brown, but he had so much space in the middle of the field, he just decided to break it across and use his great speed because there was one defender that had an angle on him, and he outran him. Took it all the way down to the 15. We still got our 2 timeouts left. We might got plenty of time to run any play we want.
First and 10 for the Panthers at the 25. Shotgun formation, spread offense. Going to look to throw the football again. Good pressure. And Justin able to escape it. He's on the run again. He's going to be up to the first down marker and out of bounds.
He's done a really good job of when he gets back, he steps up through the pressure, and then he just finds the open space. A little slower to get up after this one.
Shuffling a little bit, coming over to the sideline now.
Only got 43 seconds left. Only got time for about 2 or 3 more plays. Coach Foster's digging deep in the playbook.
Looks more tired than hurt. He's put a lot of miles under his feet here in the last 25 seconds. Panthers break it to the line. Clock won't start until the ball snapped, with Justin being able to get out of bounds there.
The chain gang is not set properly. They don't know what they're doing.
It should be 1st and 10 at
Yeah.
the 15, and they haven't reset themselves yet. So
No.
they're going to roll left, look to throw the football, got a man wide open, and that's Burke, and he's going to be into the end zone. Nice run, catch and run. There's a 15-yard touchdown pass from Pearson to Burke.
Yeah, Burke was the underneath receiver on that, and I'll tell you what, Caleb Brown did an outstanding job because he was back by the end zone. He saw Burke had caught that ball, and Brown immediately turned around and tried to find someone to block, and that sprung Burke to be able to find the corner of the end zone and dive in. Great job by both those guys.
So with 34 seconds to go here in the first half, 21-12, Panthers able to cut into that Princeton Tiger lead. Just what we needed. Panthers going to go for 2, shotgun. Going to pitch it out here to the right side. Burke's going to get it, and he's going to get strung out. And doesn't look like he's going to get in. He's not.
No, there wasn't anything there on that play. There hasn't been a whole lot on that little pitch so far. We didn't get a very good kick last time, so that's why they went for 2 on that one. And it didn't work out, unfortunately.
The Panthers' first loss at home a couple of weeks ago, that was their nemesis. They weren't able to punch in the extra points and convert, and it ended up costing them.
Yeah, that was the difference, right? They both scored the same number of touchdowns.
Yeah.
So 34 seconds left. Both teams with 2 timeouts left, and EP will be kicking off here.
Like Scott mentioned earlier, the Panthers will have the ball to start the second half. So a good finish here, provided nothing goes awry here in this last 34 seconds for the Panthers. And things looking much better than they did a minute and a half ago.
Yeah, it certainly is. Onside kick wouldn't be the worst thing in this situation. You hate to see the other team. Because Pearson kicks it far enough, they're able to, he drives it all the way back there, and we out-kick the coverage. We'll see what they got drawn up.
Tigers have 2 men standing at the 35, 2 men standing at the 25, and 2 men standing at the 10. Pearson set the kick, waiting on the whistle. And here we go. And they're going to kick it long. And it's going to get caught at the 20 on the run. He's got a nice return. And he's bringing it up near midfield. The Tigers will have it. 27 seconds to go and a couple of timeouts at midfield.
Yeah, he was one missed tackle away from breaking that. Kingston Gherkin did a great job of bringing that down. The Princeton receiver, he caught that on the dead run. He was pretty much at top speed from the time he got that. 27 seconds left. I don't know. We haven't seen Princeton attempt to pass yet, I don't believe. See what they come up with.
They only needed one play in their last drive to get themselves into the end zone. See if the Panther defense can stand up a little taller this time.
Looks like the same formation for the Tigers.
Two sets of hands. Well, there's only 3 gloves back there. All right, they're going to run it over here to the right side. Got good pursuit and is swallowed up after a pickup of about 5 and stayed in bounds.
Yeah,
and they'll require a timeout if they're going to stop the clock.
Kingston Gherkin again with the tackle. Kind of comes up, shaking his elbow a little bit. Pretty good collision right here, right in front of us, right at midfield.
19 seconds to go. And the Tigers will burn one of the 2 timeouts they had left in the bag.
Yeah, it seems like just about 30 minutes ago. There's only 3 minutes to go in this half, and next thing you know, we're almost at halftime.
The good news is it let the sun go down this last 3 minutes of the second quarter.
Yep. Now we just, hopefully they got a space heater up here.
Shut the windows.
Yeah. For week 9, we can't complain. We've had unbelievable weather this year for football. Well, we had a little bit of lightning the first week, and then that torrential downpour our first home game at Erie. Poor Bill was like a drowned rat out there.
I still don't feel bad about shutting the hatch on him.
Yeah, I mean, you had that thing. Our submarine was not going to go down, that is for sure.
2nd and 5 for the Tigers. Shotgun formation. Going to put a man in motion, and they're going to run him around this left end. And he's going to make the corner. And Panthers are going to have to make good pursuit, and they do. They're going to take him out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 11 seconds left.
Yeah, that's the same guy that had the kickoff return. Shows great speed right there. Number 8 for Princeton. Jamari Williams. I don't know what I'm thinking I'm doing, grabbing a program and just cold reading a name, but we got through it.
Wow, and Princeton's going to go ahead and take that timeout. I thought they got out of bounds, which would have allowed them to save that timeout, but they opted to take the timeout. And with 11 seconds left, both teams will head to the sideline. Ball placed at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. See if these Panthers can hold the Tigers out of the end zone one last time here in the second quarter.
Yeah, what should be the last play of the half. They still haven't shown the willingness to throw the ball. The only thing else Princeton could really do is run a reverse. And I tell you what, a reverse would be very effective in this situation. You got the wide side of the field you could run to, and we're going to be swarming to the ball. So with their tight formation, they don't have a whole lot of options unless they've got something that they work on late in practice.
I love this feel that we've got going on here of small town USA. Got buses in the background that just off the playing surface. 11 seconds to go. Here's the snap. They're going to throw the football for the first time, and quarterback's going to keep it now. And good job by the Panthers. And he's going to try to get himself out of bounds. And with a second left on the clock, he is able to get out.
Yeah, 10-second scramble on that play. Unfortunately, going to give him one more chance. Wholesale change they're bringing in. About 8 new players here. The scoreboard only shows it as 3rd down. He's trying to try a field goal from. Holy cow!
Well, he did have a leg, but this is a big boot. This will be a 37. This will be a 47-yard boot. Caleb Brown's going to run back.
Yeah.
And he has the opportunity to return that thing if he's able to get it. Longest field goal attempt we've seen all year. And the kick is up. It's going to be short, and no chance for Caleb to pick it up, and that'll end the half. 21-12. Your Panthers are going to be on the short end of a stick, but able to strike late in the second quarter to close the gap. Looks like we're going to have 15 minutes for a halftime. We're going to go ahead and put things on mute for just a little while. We'll come back just shortly before the start of the second half and bring you second half live action. We'll be back.
tickets for $5, 13 tickets for $10. Please support your Princeton Tiger Booster Club.
Add in some chords.
You okay?
I'm good.
This is what we had to do at Riverdale too. I had to stand
I
up.
saw you outside. 26 seconds.
Riverdale's the smallest.
I have another glove.
I've got gloves.
Is that hurting something?
I'm worried that it's gonna pinch that. That's just the power cord.
At Country Financial in Prophetstown, Illinois, we know life comes with risk. That's why we're here to help you protect what matters most. Whether it's home, auto, life, or business insurance, we've got the coverage you need in the local service you.
We're back here with just 15 seconds or so to go before the start of the second half. Your Panthers are trailing 21-12. Panthers able to put one into pay dirt late in the second quarter to cut that lead by the Tigers. And Panthers are going to get the ball first here to start the second half. Made a little rearrangement. Scott's going to be stepping out and going to be outside the booth over there by Coach O and the camera. We'll see how that goes.
It'll be a little cooler, I'll tell you that.
Things are getting a little tight in the booth with all of the other radio stations and streamers inside the press box here. All right, Princeton set the kickoff, and second half is underway. Good kick. This one's going to go to Caleb. He's going to field it at the 15-yard line. He's going to have a pretty nice return up past the 30, still on his feet. And he's going to get up to about the 35-yard line. Your Panthers will have it first and 10 here to start the third quarter.
Caleb did a really nice job of catching that on the fly. I always like to see them do that, and able to get a lot of momentum going on that return. Out across the 35. Need to go down here and score. We're down 2 scores. We're battling the extra point challenge. Failed on both of our attempts.
See what Coach Foster did for some halftime adjustments. Going to go up under center. James Lopez in the backfield. A couple of receivers here to the near side. Going to start the second half off with a penalty, and that's going to be a false start against the Panthers. That'll back them up 5.
Yeah, it's the third one we've had, and we actually had another one where it was really close. I don't know what our cadence is, but we're not firing on all cylinders on that. Not a good way to start the half.
That'll back the Panthers up to the 31-yard line. They'll have it first and 15. Going to throw the football over here to the right side. Got a man open. That's Caleb Brown, and he's going to have a nice pickup. Going to pick up about 10 and get run out of bounds.
Short side of the field there, ran a little out. Nice pass by Justin and good hands by Caleb. All right, thank you much. Looks like about 2nd and 7 is what they're going to say.
Gain of about 8. Falls on the 39-yard line. 2nd and 7. Panthers.
Jess will be in the shotgun this time. James will flank him to the left. A couple of receivers split each way for the Panthers. Going to throw the football again. A little bit of pressure, able to avoid it. But going to get stacked up and finally brought down for a sack.
Yeah, he was kind of scampering around like he did previously in the first half. He's a little slow to get up on this one. That is Justin that's down. He had Caleb out on that route. He's really slow to still laying down there. Might take a little bit of time on this one.
To see who the backup quarterback is for the Panthers. I believe it might be number 4, Walker Wright. Looks like Walker's taking his gloves off and getting prepped.
Yeah, he's going to practice a couple snaps.
Justin been the workhorse of this press-off football team all year long. Certainly hope that it's nothing serious.
I think one of the training staff from Princeton came over of laying there with the one knee up. .9:30 to go in the first half. Only had 30 seconds tick off the clock. They got nice sized goalposts here. I didn't notice that.
And bright yellow.
Yeah. Large bleachers that go almost the length of the field. EP takes the north side, or the visitors, I guess I should say, and the Princeton fans pretty much spread out and cover the whole rest of the stands. Far side here on the south is left open. I don't know if that's a student section or if they're supposed to go down there in the end zone.
Still not really sure what's ailing Justin right now.
Yeah, they're not really working on anything, but they're not really moving them either.
It's like maybe lower leg.
I don't see an ambulance here.
That's a good point. I don't either.
Usually there's always one available. One of the trainers had one off to the side over there by the end zone. I don't know if they're going to bring that gator over. Golf cart. I think that's what they're going to do.
Justin in some obvious pain there. Has his helmet off.
Been a fairly injury-free season as far as like in-game injuries for what we've had so far.
Yeah, we've had some concussions and things we've dealt with, but as far as play stoppage, we've
right,
been pretty fortunate.
Players taken off the field and everything. We haven't had much of that.
Right.
That's the situation we're in now. He seems to be in a little bit of pain too, slapping the ground. So we don't want to speculate here, but
had more cramps than anything just because of the hotter weather that we've been dealing with most of the year.
Yeah.
Especially through weeks 4, maybe even through week 5. Justin able to sit up.
Giving our backup quarterback plenty of time to get some snaps in and a couple tosses. Not able to put any weight on that left foot, so that's definitely where the problem is.
All right, so it'll be Walker Wright, next man up for the Panthers. Certainly hope Justin's able to overcome whatever he's got going on there very quickly. Walker, as a precaution for most of this year, if not all of this year, has been wearing that Guardian cap on his helmet. Him and Noah Burke, number 3, I think, are both wearing those Guardian caps. Number 6, Mason Volts checking into the ball game. Coach Foster taking the opportunity while he's out on the field to give Walker some instructions on the play call. Owen McConnell, our athletic trainer, taking care of Justin. Holding that left ankle, it looks like. All right, 3rd and 10. Play resuming, 9:25 to go here in the third quarter. Shotgun formation, got a couple of receivers here split left. Going to put a man in motion, that's Caleb Brown. And we're going to have another flag, and that's another false start for the Panthers. That'll back them up another 5.
Yeah, it's not an uncommon thing to have a exchange or false start when you have a first replacement quarterback coming in, and that's what we got again. We'd already had 4 of those, 3 or 4 of those before that. Coming up 3rd and long.
Walker, just a freshman.
They only huddled about 3 feet from the ball.
I was just noticing that.
Defense was listening in.
Yeah. Now I got to put 3 receivers out to the right. High snap. They're going to pitch it out to the right. And Burke's going to move forward for a short gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, they had all they could do to get the ball exchanged on that one, and quick pitch out there. Going to bring up 4th. Justin was the punter, so now we'll see who the backup punter is as well.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of voids to fill.
Yeah, situation like this, it's almost just as advantageous to just go for it. We have another player down, this time it's a Princeton player.
And they look like they're working on cramps over there on that Princeton player. You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Choked up by the pace of the game here.
Yeah, we're going to get this thing started about 9:30 at the varsity level at this pace.
Oh, man, the last 3 minutes of that first half took an eternity, and we're a minute and a half into the second half. It's not going any better. Yeah, I was trying to say it's very late in the year to be having cramps. It's very common the first couple weeks. It's really hot out and everything, but that's what we got.
Moving back to a fresh off and varsity game on a Friday night, this is one of the things that you deal with as a varsity player. You really don't know the start time, right? It could be 7:15, it could be 8 o'clock. All right, Panthers set the kick. See who that is out there?
Somebody with a 5.
25, Matthew Ballard maybe. And it's a low line drive, and it's going to get fielded, surprisingly, right at midfield, and he's going to pull it, or he's going to return it for a couple of yards is all.
Yeah, right in front of Mason Volts. Kind of surprised Mason as well. Guy decided to return that. Wasn't a very long kick, but
I think we had a clear and obvious false start here on this left side, and it didn't get called.
yeah, the officials they want to keep this game moving as well.
All right, 1st and 10, Princeton. They'll have their first offensive look for the night. 8:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And that ball is on the ground, and it looks like the Panthers are going to get it.
Yeah, in there, number 65, Zach Lawson, I think, is who dove in there and got that. So
I believe that went right off the face mask of the quarterback.
yeah,
And Panthers will take it right at midfield. An early second half turnover for the Tigers.
that's pretty much right where you're sitting. Got a bird's eye view of this one.
Here, ambulance in the background. Not sure if that is going to be for Justin or not.
I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
Kind of surprising they weren't here already.
All right, 1st and 10 Panthers. Shotgun, couple of receivers split each way. Going to throw the football. Walker going to throw a ball out here to the left side. Ooh, just nearly picked off. Threw it like he knew what he was doing there.
Yeah, running a little out to Caleb. He just didn't quite drive that one hard enough, and a little bit behind Caleb as well. Probably a little bit nervous. Walker right, 5'6", 125-pound freshman.
How to bring up 2nd down right at midfield for the Panthers.
Do they play a freshman schedule at all?
They do not.
So this might be some of his first action on the year.
I wonder if Princeton plays a soccer schedule. See the big circle in the middle of the field.
Yep.
All right, 2nd down. We're going to run 3 receivers here to this near side. Going to look to throw the football again. Not scared to throw with a backup quarterback and throw it across the middle, and that one is picked off. And got a flag down on the play. And the Tigers are going to return it back to about the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I had 3 receivers flooded out to the left side, and the first guy was there was a slant there right at the hash. I think he was trying to hit him, overthrown, and up right in the hands of the Princeton safety. Flag on the play. I don't know, maybe a block in the back after the interception. Hopefully defensive pass interference, but
I'll call it a legal block on the defense or on the return team. So that'll back them up, and it'll be Tigers ball. Not afraid to throw the football even after Justin's gone down with that injury. Like to see the confidence that Coach Foster has in his backup quarterback.
Right, he's a freshman. This is his first chance to get a little action before next year. It's not like the first off's really playing for anything. This is their last game before it's winter sports season.
Ball going to be placed at the 30-yard line, 21-12. They're going to run it off the left side. And he's got a nice pickup on first down. He'll pick up 6, maybe 7.
Yeah, 6 or 7. It's hard to say.
Can't help myself.
Once you can see why those kids are so drawn to that. I mean, it's just a joke every time.
Darren's just looking at me like, what are you talking about?
Nobody really knows, actually. If anybody does know what 6 or 7 means, 6, 7, please inform us.
Second short for the Tigers. They're going to run an inside trap to the left and read really well. And what I saw there was looked like the right guard for Princeton pulled, and our left defensive guard followed him in. And when you do that, if you can get there quick enough, you're going to be right where the ball is.
You know, pulling guard almost always takes you to play. Matthew Ballard was the one in on that stop. Another Princeton guy down. Another clock stoppage.
Looks like another lower leg injury.
No. 7:15 to go in this third quarter. Slow moving as it is. What are we looking at? 6:30? What time were they anticipating the varsity game started? Were they thinking 7:30 or 5 o'clock for first off and 7:30 for varsity was what they were hoping?
I didn't hear a time for the varsity. I don't think they anticipated 9 o'clock.
Orman's blaming it on me because I said something about injuries, but it was after the first one, so I don't really think the announcer jinx happens there. I was more just commenting.
Coach O doesn't have a curfew tonight, does he?
No, I don't know. Someone's got to let the dogs out.
There's Carson Irick down on the sideline, varsity uniform ready to go. One of the guys that you would normally see at the fresh-off level.
Well, Princeton player's able to walk off the field under his own power, so that's a good sign.
All right, it's going to bring up third and short. And we got a stoppage in play. And he's tapping his right leg, so I think that means it's going to be a false start against the offense.
Yeah, I don't think they had enough men on the line of scrimmage. The wing back, the ends, I don't think were all the way up. Could be what they were calling on that.
I back them up 5, and that'll bring up third and long. Panthers could get a nice stop here and force a punt.
They'll just be a score away from being one score down.
Certainly one way to look at it. It's interesting how both backs in the backfield for the Tigers will put their hands up. All right, good pursuit by the Panthers, and they're going to stop them short by about 3 yards. Now to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, 68, Raylan Scott hustled over there and got in on that stop. Yeah, I noticed that in that formation. I didn't almost wonder if they're both lined up on either side of the center, and if he's snapping it to either one. I haven't followed that closely to it.
3 Panther defenders there on pursuit, and each of them having a chance, but finally brought down, again, 3 yards short of that first down. We'll have to see. It looks like the Tigers are going to line up to maybe go for it.
This is a hard count, hold your water situation. Don't give them the free first down.
And number 89, Ethan Meyer for the Panthers, jumps off sides, and that'd be a first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't think they're even going to try a play. That's what their goal was, is to get that free one, and they got it. And 89 got a free lesson out of it as well. No, it wasn't free. Cost us the first down.
And one-on-one conversation with Coach Foster as he comes off the field. Teaching moment. All right, 1st and 10, ball spot at the 42-yard line. And they're going to run it off this left side. He's going to try to pop it outside, and he's got some running room. He's up past midfield in open space. And Burke able to find the angle to take him down, but big gain for the Princeton Tigers.
Yeah, they ran that unbalanced look again where they brought alignment over to the left-hand side, so they had a lot of power to the left side. They ran that earlier down along the goal line. That was the one that Caleb Brown strung it out to the side and they were able to stop them. But that time they were able to find the green grass on the left side and get a long gain, take it inside Panther territory.
Ball all the way down to the 22-yard line of the Panthers. 1st and 10. And they're going to run a trap to the right side this time. And got a little bit of running room, have a pretty decent pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, that was basically the same formation, just flopped to the right side, unbalanced over here on the right side. Teams will do that, and they'll keep running to the power side, and then once the defense over shifts to it, then they can run a counter back the other way.
Second and 5, ball on the 17-yard line. They're going to run it to the left side this time. Good pursuit by the Panthers. And looks like that'll be no gain on that play.
Yeah, definitely well read that better. They were more of a balanced line formation. Princeton was on that. 3rd and 5 is what they're going to call. At the EP 17-yard line, we're going to be under 4.5 to go in the 3rd quarter when they get this play going.
Four down territory for the Tigers. Well, they got a nice kicker, so maybe not. They're going to run it right up the middle. Yeah, nice job by the Panthers. They're going to stop him short of that 1st down.
Yeah, it really was. They made it look like they were going to stretch that to the outside. He turned it up. Yeah, they tried a field goal from a much longer distance than this to end the 1st half, but they brought in about half the team on that PAT or that field goal attempt, so it doesn't look like that's what they're going to go for. They honestly could try and do the hard count again, and if they take the delay of game, they could just try and kick it at that point.
And they are trying the hard count. Panthers not jumping this time, though. And they do snap it, and it's a poor snap, and it's going to be all the way back to 30-yard line. Good pursuit by the Panthers there. 7 Panthers end up piling on the quarterback there, and it's going to be out past 30-yard line back to the 34.
That couldn't have worked out any better for EP. 89 was back in there and did not jump off sides. 65, I think that was Ballard, Lawson puts his hands in the air, was in on that stop. Well, that just couldn't have worked out any better.
No, they're going to spot the ball at the 33-yard line, and your Panthers are going to take over 1st and 10.
I wonder if he was even supposed to snap that, because they tried the hard count once, and then he got back. He didn't. The Chiefs tried that same thing, and it worked for them.
Yeah. Mahomes stood up and said, "This never works," and then snapped it. 3:15 to go here in the 3rd. And I think there's some confusion on what the play's supposed to be here. Caleb's in motion. And they're going to hand the ball off to James right up the middle. And he's going to pick up, looks like 3 on that play.
I've been impressed on the few plays that we've had with Walker at quarterback. The snaps have been right to him. They were kind of high to Justin frequently, so he's had good snaps. And they look good in the exchange. He runs all the way to the sideline to get the play from Coach Foster.
2nd and 7 upcoming for the Panthers. 2:40 clock running here in the 3rd quarter.
They are going to have to hustle to get this play going.
Back judge just raising his hand now. Still no count. And
yeah, I saw that coming.
yeah, the announcer's curse. And
Sometimes you just want to see if you still have the gift, and you know it came through right there.
Walker wisely falls on that. And that'll be a loss. Clear back to the 27-yard line. Bring up a long third down for the Panthers. Caleb Brown will come back in. Ethan Meyer will check out. See if the Panthers want to try to air one out here.
Gonna be about under a minute and a half when they get this play off.
Mason Volts. Noah Burke out here to the left. Going to try to throw the football. And throws that one right into the line of scrimmage as he got hit. And I think that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think he was trying to hit Caleb Brown. I think that's Brown on a deep end. Or maybe it's 18 Jackson Alls. Yeah, I think that's who he was. Kind of a deep route. He didn't have time to make that throw.
Looks like Matthew Ballard will be back to punt for the second time.
See if we can get more leverage into it this time.
There's a snap. It's a good one. And a little low line drive kick, but it should take a Panther bounce, and it does, and it's going to get into Princeton territory down just outside the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was a much better kick than last time, and he directionally kicked it away from the return guy. Used the crown of the field to get a little extra roll out. 1:15 left to go in the third quarter.
Panthers in need of a big play if they're going to just get a spark going here in the third quarter and make any kind of effort to get back into this thing. Thought maybe we had that with that early turnover. Panthers unable to capitalize on that. All right, 1st and 10. Ball inside Tiger territory at the 46. Wildcat formation. They're going to run left. And he's out into open space. Down inside the 20, and it looks like he's going to get into the end zone. That'll be a 54-yard touchdown run for the Tigers.
Yeah, he showed great speed down that around that left side. I was thinking, you know, you're trying to get some momentum back, and Princeton is not going to throw the ball, so we're not going to be able to get any interceptions, and we just need to key on that run. And right now, Princeton is starting to smell a victory here, and getting big chunks of yardage. That was not what we were looking for, Scott.
No, it was not. 27-12 now. And things are starting to get just a bit out of reach for the Panthers. Did I say fourth? And the kick is up and good, and kid's got quite a leg.
Yeah, that is for sure. I can see why they tried that long field goal to end the half.
We'll have to see what the varsity kicker's got if he's got that kind of leg.
Well, the fortunate thing is they made a two-score game stay at a two-score game, so we got that going for us. Now we just need to move the ball down the field and get a couple two-point conversions at the other end of that score. Start with a big return here on this kick. Kick it off to Caleb. He's been the main Caleb Brown, our main return guy. They have been kicking it right to him. They did try that one onside kick after their first score.
That one was handled really well by Caleb Thompson. Thinking through just what the varsity players are going through right now, both sides, both Princeton and EP, just not used to this format, right? They've had a routine for, you know, every game that they've played their varsity career, other than this Week 9 game, both last year and now this year, where they've got to sit around and wait for a press-off game to finish up.
Yeah, they're probably in the locker room. Actually, you see a lot of them are out there on the side of the fence looking on, waiting for their chance.
Here's a kick, and it's a little line drive, and it's going to go off of number 25. Caleb's going to pick it up and run it back, and he's in open space. He's got a nice return. He's going to be up near the 45-yard line. That went off of
Yeah, Matthew
25,
Ballard.
Matthew Ballard, yeah.
And Caleb was, he's just one of those guys that's always around the ball. He was over there after it bounced off of Ballard and was able to pick it up. And Caleb does a nice job when the ball's in his hands. You can see the athleticism in him.
Good camera work by Coach Orman over there on that return.
It's incredible.
It's not a lot of things that guy can't do.
Reaching the green on 3 and 2 shots sometimes is a challenge, but.
All right, 1st and 10 Panthers. Ball on the 43-yard line. Walker's got a couple of backs on either side of him. They're going to hand the ball off to James, and James is stacked up, and he's going to lose yards.
Yeah, he was kind of tripped up and doing the best he could to keep the play going, and that allowed Princeton to really get in there and make the stop. If you ever go to a volleyball game, they kind of do a thing with Caleb Brown in between the first and second set. He'll get in front of the student section, and then he'll jump up in the air to the front row, and they'll arm carry him all the way up the student section to try and get him to the wall. It's kind of a cool thing.
That student section at volleyball games and the games that we've done here in the last couple of weeks has been pretty phenomenal. Varsity volleyball team having just a sensational year. Finished 31-4, dropped this last game against Morrison, but just an outstanding year. Ran the table in conference, 11-0 back-to-back years. They've run the table and won the conference title. Number 1 overall seed going into regionals. They'll play either Oregon or Hall next Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. We'll be broadcasting that game, Coach Winkler and I. So if you're not able to get up there and be a part of that, tune in. We'll be coming on YouTube about 10 minutes before game time, and we'll bring you that live action.
That was the end of the third quarter, as if you wondered why the stoppage happened.
Hoping the girls can make a long, deep run into the postseason. They certainly have the talent to be able to do that. Didn't play very well in this last match, and I got to pick themselves up off the ground a little bit and see what champions are made of. And hopefully they can turn things around and get themselves back on a run.
Yeah, looking forward to that postseason volleyball action. You always wait. The end of the season kind of drags on, and then you catch that second wind in the postseason and see if they can make another long run like they did last year.
All right, let's see what the Panthers can do here in the fourth quarter. 10 minutes to go. Panthers down 2 scores. Walker's going to throw the football a little out here, and right through the hands of Caleb Brown. Nice pass. Good defense on that play as well. Defender just about stepped in front of that for a pick.
Yeah, he really did. Fortunately, he put enough on that he wasn't able to get it. That had a potential to be a pick 6 the other way.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. Ball still inside Panther territory, 42-yard line.
All of our passing hasn't done much to keep the clock running either. We've had a few incompletes, so it stopped the clock.
Jackson Alls, Caleb Brown here to this near side. Got a couple of receivers split wide left. Going to look to throw again. Going to throw down the sideline to Jackson, and they're going to throw a penalty flag, and they're going to call defensive pass interference, and that's going to result in a first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, Alls was out there. He did a stop and go, and the partisan Princeton crowd not happy with the call, but he clearly was pulling on his shirt. You could see it being tugged.
Actually, they're going to call defensive holding is all. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. I don't think it's going to be a first down.
I guess they're saying that the penalty happened before the ball was in the air. I believe that's what the hold would be. It's close. Now he moves it just back.
Interesting. And the down marker over on the sideline is still yet to move.
Yeah.
He forgot he has a job. Yep.
Yeah, that's an interesting also because the down marker was on the back side of the hash. Well, I guess he did. No, the down marker was on the front side of the hash. This is marked on the back side, so we didn't get the benefit of that
All right, 3rd down and short for the Panthers. And they're going to hand the ball off to number 25, Matthew Ballard. He's going to have enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, it's the most success we've had up the middle right there. Nice run for Matthew.
Kind of a late handoff there.
Yeah.
Walker had to tuck that thing in from behind. 1st down for the Panthers.
Thought you were reviewing Crying Game.
That didn't come out the best, but it didn't play out the way that I thought it did in my mind anyway.
Yeah.
My apologies. 9:24 clock ticking here inside of Princeton territory. Boy, it's going off the rails. All right, James in the backfield with Walker. A couple of receivers split each way for the Panthers. Going to look to throw the football again. Going to throw left this time. Oh, and it's picked off. And Mason Volts is able to track him down, not before he gets back inside Panther territory at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if Mason or if Walker thought he was just going to do a hook and turn around on that one, because he kind of threw it to where he was, and the receiver kind of worked that back to the inside. The defender was right there. Might be a little miscommunication, or it might have just been a bad pass.
First down for the Tigers. Good field position.
They will not be passing the ball, so they'll keep it on the ground and trying to run clock out here with 9 minutes to go in the game and a 28-12 lead.
For all of you fans listening in, at the end of this game, we will shut this broadcast off. We're going to start a new stream. And that one, good initial contact, but able to escape that tackle, and Princeton will move forward for a gain of maybe 6 on that play. But at the end of this broadcast, we're going to shut this stream off. We'll open up a new stream, so you'll need to exit out of this one, go to the new one, and we'll broadcast the varsity football game from the new stream. We're doing that so that we can keep the Fresh Soft game up on YouTube, and that way we can take the varsity stream down at the end of the weekend. All right, 2nd down and 4. Mishandled by the Tigers, and the Panthers are going to pick up a 2nd turnover in the 2nd half.
Yeah, 54, Cash Wolf was in on that. Unfortunate for Princeton, both times they fumbled. We've had a Panther guy right there is able to just pounce on it. It's only a 2-score game, so anything could happen. We really have lost our ability to move the ball on the ground. Have been trying exclusively from the air. The way Caleb runs the ball when he gets it in his hand, Caleb Brown, I wouldn't be surprised at some point if they try and get him a handoff or something like that, because the passing game just hasn't quite been there. We are slow to get back to the huddle here to get this play. It'd be interesting if we have enough time. There's 10 seconds left when the back judge puts his hand up. He's been doing that at 10. And then when he starts his count, there's 5. We're not going to get this one.
Yeah, they do get it off. Going to look to throw out to this outside, and overthrows Jackson Alls. Noah Burke was looking for a flag there. He got tackled, but no call.
Yeah, I think the officials are saying they ran into each other. I don't know. But he wasn't the intended receiver, that's for sure.
2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 8:15 to go in the contest.
Yeah, it's one of those games where Princeton has felt like they've been in total control for the last 2 quarters plus. But, you know, if EP could put one in the end zone here, they could make him pretty nervous.
I watched, I just watched that replay of Noah getting tackled, and he had a legit complaint there. All right, 2nd and 10. James Lopez in the backfield with Walker, excuse me. Going to look to throw the football out here to Caleb, and a little bubble screen, and he's in open space, like you said, Scott. Good play there, and he's going to be up past the 1st down marker and inside Tiger territory.
Yeah, Noah Burke out there did a nice job with the lead block on kind of the modified bubble screen, but looks like it's going to get called back with a hold. I don't know who that was on. It certainly didn't look like it was on Burke to me. He ran his feet the whole time. Going to negate a big run for Caleb after the catch.
Trying to watch the replay here. Yeah, they're going to get.
Clock's going. Be under 8 minutes left. 28-12 Princeton here in the fourth quarter.
Looks like they got Mason Bolts on that hold. So that'll negate that nice play by the Panthers, and from that spot foul, it'll be 2nd and 12. Ball at the 39-yard line. 3 receivers here to the near side. Gonna roll right, and all kinds of pressure, and a sack for Princeton.
Yeah, he was shot out of a cannon on that one. Blitzed right through the guard tackle spot. He had nowhere to go.
Walker wisely got down and avoided the collision.
3rd and 21 is what they've got marked down on the scoreboard.
Ball on the 31-yard line. And we're moving in the wrong direction right now.
Yeah, that hold was a big one because we were out there. It was just short of a first down. Marched us all the way back, closer to our own goal line.
Panthers break huddle. Going to run 2 receivers in the slot, 2 receivers wide each way, or a receiver wide each way. Good protection this time. Going to throw it down the middle of the field. Got Caleb Brown open and just through the outstretched hands. Good play, good pass protection there.
Yeah, he does a good job of avoiding the pressure, a lot like Pearson did. One thing, our receivers, they kind of kept running, and it doesn't take too much at the fresh soft level to outrun the distance your quarterback can throw the ball. They need to work back to him a little bit and make yourself available.
That'll bring up 4th and a country mile. 6.5 to go here in the game. And Matthew Ballard back to punt. Good snap. There's a good kick. No return going to happen there, and a good EP bounce. All the way down to the 31-yard line of the Tigers.
Yeah, the backup punter there for Pearson, he kind of got a spiral off there on that kick and then got the very nice roll as well.
38-yard punt there for the Panthers.
.622 to go in the game. Princeton's up 28-12. I'm going to get a heavy dose of running here, just like they have most of the game.
Tight formation to the right. And they're going to run it that way. Still on their feet, and they're going to have a nice pickup on first down, pick up a 7.
Kind of a gang tackle effort over there. Far side, I can't really say who it is. They're going to say Ballard is in on the stop. I believe that is. He has a nose for being around the ball quite often. 2nd and 4.
Ballard, Alls, Cale Glines on that stop as well, it looked like, or at least in the area. Second down, they're going to run a run here to this left side, and read really well by the Panthers, trying to get around this left end, and our right defensive end did a nice job of containing there.
Yeah, there was 3 guys waiting for him there, and he tried to do a self-reverse. That works if you got Bo Jackson speed, which he did not.
They'll lose a few yards on that play, going to bring up 3rd and 7. Ball right at the 35-yard line. And clock ticking with 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Tight formation, right side bunch. They're going to run it that way, and once again, ball on the ground. I believe Princeton able to fall on it this time. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, he was literally running as the ball was being snapped. He was really trying to get to that outside. kind of forgot that they need to have possession of the ball if you're going to do that. 4th down and B. I assume they'll punt it on this one. They haven't punted too many times. I don't remember when the last time was they did.
Scoreboard says 4th and 9. Ball at the 33-yard line of the Tigers. Jackson Halls is going to head back to receive this punt, but no punt formation for the Tigers. They're going to do a hard count. And very late, one of the backs falls back and punts the ball away, kind of an odd formation, but it worked. They got the punt away, and they're going to kick it away down to about the 41-yard line where your Panthers will have it, 1st and 10. Kind of similar to what we saw last week, where it was a kick formation right out of an offensive set.
Yeah, they basically just kicked it out of the shotgun, and he had just tremendous kicks, the Mendota guy. And then then after a couple of those, they went back to a regular 4th down punting situation, and they went back and they didn't kick the ball near as far. They just should have stayed with their kind of quick kick formation.
All right, 3:47 to go. Panthers needing a score quickly here. Down 2 scores, 28-12. Three receivers split left, going to roll left, looking to throw. A little short out pass to Caleb Brown. Pickup of, looks like 5 on that play, and stops the clock.
Yeah, they had trips to the short side of the field. One thing I've noticed with both levels of program here is we do throw to the short side of the field a lot. I don't know if that's just to limit risk, but it seems to be a big part of our packaging.
All right, 2nd and 5. Ball at the 41-yard line of the Panthers. 3 receivers here to the right side. Now we're going to roll to the right. Avoids a would-be tackler. Throws it out here to Burke on the right side. And looks like he gets out of bounds. And they're going to stop the clock. That's a big pickup. Going to get down inside Princeton territory to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down.
Yeah, it really was. That was a really nice catch by Burke, too. Oh, they're going to say he didn't get out of bounds. Boy, that was really close. They're going to say he was tackled in bounds, so they're going to start the clock after the chain gets set. That's going to burn about 20 more seconds off the clock, unfortunately, at least.
Yeah, a little more savvy there on Burke's part to be able to step out intentionally. I think that would have made the referee's decision a little easier. All right, going to roll left, look to throw. And once again, had Caleb Brown wide open, but threw behind him, and that ball's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, it's really tough when you're rolling left and throwing left. The rule of thumb is if you're rolling the same direction as the receiver is going, you just throw it right at him, and the ball ends up right there. You end up throwing it behind him.
2nd and 10, clock stops with 2:59.
We're still just a score, a 2-point conversion, an onside kick from making this a real exciting finish.
All right, shotgun formation. James Lopez in the backfield with Walker. Going to look to throw a little in pass to Burke, and that's caught. Going to pick up 5 on that play, and it'll keep the clock running. 2:50 to go.
Yeah, both of the slot receivers were doing ins. A fun little play out of that would be to hit one guy and have the other one do a little cross right behind him and
A
little pitch. Yep. That would be extremely difficult to pull off at the first off level, but oh, how exciting it would be if they did.
2:30 to go here. Clock continuing to run. Panthers break huddle. They're going to run 2 receivers each way. And they're going to try to go right down the middle of the field to Caleb, but overthrows him by 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, he was trying to do a post route, and Caleb kind of made that more of a deep in. He should needed to break that longer. Probably didn't know if he trusted the arm of of Walker, but Walker showed a nice arm on that for sure.
Going to bring up 4th down. Be an interesting play call here. Definitely needs to get the 5 yards for the first down to keep this drive moving. See if they maybe want to roll out either right or left and throw that little drag route like they've had some success doing on this run or on this drive. Going to run 3 receivers out left, 1 here to the near side. They're going to run it left, and that's exactly what they're going to do is try to throw it to Caleb, and he's going to short arm it a little bit. Actually, they're going to say that ball's caught.
Yeah, I think Caleb made a diving attempt at it and it flung up in the air into the hands of the receiver. I don't know if you can see that, but Walker is down, kind of got banged up on the throw. He's up under his own power now. You able to see that on the replay?
Yeah, it's just coming to the play now. I thought that ball hit the ground, but obviously the officials did not see it that way, and they're going to give an assist to Caleb. Interesting. So yeah, they're going to say that Caleb kept it upright or kept it up, and Noah Burke caught it.
Nope.
And that was enough for the first down, and so Coach Foster will have to burn a timeout. Otherwise, Walker would have to sit a play out, and I'm not sure who the 3rd string quarterback is.
If I had to guess, it'd be Caleb Brown. They'd run some sort of wildcat, but this may not be a situation they spent a lot of time contemplating.
All right, 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the game. Panthers still trailing by 2 scores.
With that
driving.
Yeah, I think with that timeout, Walker will be able to come back in if he's able.
Yep.
But he's standing on the sideline, not a part of the huddle, so I don't think he is going to be coming in. So EP is not going to let this season end quietly. They're pulling out every stop they can to try and find these 16 points and force a tie.
Just learned that tonight is not only a little late getting done with this fresh off game, but it's also senior night for Princeton.
Wonderful. They didn't do that activities beforehand as we usually see. It's going to be a late night, Scott.
Yeah.
I might have to stop at McDonald's on the way home and
sounds like a stellar idea.
Yeah.
All right, Panthers back onto the field. 1st and 10. Right side of the field to the right. They're going to run 2 receivers both ways. And they tried to direct snap to James that time. And it went through James's hands. Fortunately, Ballard was back there and able to fall on it. Big loss for the Panthers.
Well, they got an answer to your 3rd string quarterback for the first off. Anyway, I think he was a little closer than what the normal quarterbacks line up in that shotgun and wasn't quite ready for that one. Like Walker's healthy enough to come back out for this 2nd and 22.
Big loss of 12 yards on that play. And clock running with 1 minute and 25 to go. Gonna run 3 receivers here to the near side. Jackson, Caleb, and Burke. They're gonna roll right. Gonna throw right. Caleb Brown makes a one-handed grab. Nice catch. And gonna bring it down inside the 30.
Yeah, Caleb found space there in that in the secondary. Walker did a good job of keeping the play alive, and his pass wasn't exactly on target, but Caleb's got stickum on those gloves. He was able to pull that down like Lester Hayes.
Gain of 7 on that play. 3rd and 15. Ball at the 29-yard line. 40 seconds to go. Panthers have time for 1, maybe 2 more plays. Gonna run 3 receivers out to the far side. A throw left to Burke. He's wide open. He's up to the first down marker. And gonna get brought down inbounds. The clock will stop long enough to get the change reset.
Yeah, they might have said he's out of bounds. I don't know. You think he is out of bounds or not?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
I think he's going to wind it.
That's the case. Coach Foster.
No, they're not going to.
Yeah, he just blew the whistle so quick before he, I had a thought that he might have made it out. 24 seconds left. We're going to score and get the onside kick. We got to score quick. I don't think we've tried more than one run since Walker came in as the quarterback.
All right, there's the snap. Looking to throw the football. Going to air it all the way out into this end zone. Caleb Brown up and a touchdown. 10-yard strike from Wright to Brown.
I'm sorry, Caleb, and any of your family that was there. I think my head was in the way. Well, I needed to know where I need to stand. I blocked at the corner of the end zone. Great throw by Walker, and great catch by Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb. Caleb's family will not see that touchdown reception. But it was a good throw.
Yep.
All right, Panthers are going to go for 2. Must have. 17 seconds to go. Running trips out here to this right side. Burke. They're going to give the ball to James, and that is going to be no good. And that seals the deal for the Panthers. 28-18 your score.
Yeah, they tried that pitch. They run so much, but he just wasn't able to get it. And I think that was the only second rushing attempt of the second half. Now they're looking for the kicking tee. There's just no place for me to go. I got kicked out of the booth, and then the camera guys tell me I'm in the way. I'll get the truck warmed up for you guys.
Yeah, the truck's behind the stands.
Yeah, I'll get it warmed up for us before we go. We'll get you set up, Jason.
All right. Certainly an onside kick forthcoming for the Panthers. If you're late joining.
Are you going to keep what are we going to do with the feed? Are you going to might as well start the camera right away when you start the new feed, and that way we can put it on the scoreboard, and the people tuning in will be able to tell when the game's going to start.
Yeah, we'll do that. That sounds like a great idea. If you're late joining, we had an injury, fairly significant injury it looks like, to Justin Pearson, lower leg injury. He was taken by ambulance. Certainly hope that things come back as good as they can for him. If we get any news during the varsity broadcast, we'll certainly share that with you.
Having trouble getting the ball on the tee. Well,
now they're going to say, hey, put the laces out.
Come on, Finkel. We've been practicing this onside kick all year long.
Except the guy that kicks it is not here.
Yeah.
All right, Mason Volt's getting ready to do this. And they're not going to onside kick it. They're just going to kick that thing away. And it gets fielded. And he's going to try to run that thing all the way over here to this near side and makes the corner. Going to get forced out of bounds about the 45-yard line with just 8 seconds to go here in the game.
Yeah, a real nice return for number 8. He had a couple in the first half where he almost broke them as well. That would have just prolonged the agony right there. Coach Foster's kind of laughing with
I think he's having some words with the official and didn't like something that was going on.
Yeah, it looked like he was kind of talking to Mason Volts too. I wonder, looks like he's like, that was a pretty long onside kick. He's like, sorry, coach, I'm not the normal kicker.
All right, 8 seconds left. Looks like victory formation for the Tigers. And with the snap and kneel, Tigers are going to take this one 28-18. And your Panthers will finish their fresh off season at 6-3. A good season. And look forward to seeing several of these guys taking that next step and playing at the varsity level next year. And with that, we're going to move over and play some ads and show you the sponsors that have brought to you all of the action this year for these football games for Rock River Community Radio. After that, we'll end this broadcast, and so be looking for that. And then we'll start a new stream. You guys can pop over and pick that one up, and we'll bring you live varsity action here in just a little bit.
All right, we'll see you on the other side.
At Country Financial in Prophetstown, Illinois, we know life comes with risk. That's why we're here to help you protect what matters most. Whether it's home, auto, life, or business insurance, we've got the coverage you need and the local service you can trust. Planning for the future? Our team is here to help with financial planning and retirement solutions tailored to you. Visit Country Financial in Prophetstown or give us a call today. Country Financial, growing your future, protecting what matters.
Looking for a bank that puts you first? At Erie State Bank, we've been proudly serving our community with personalized service and a hometown touch. Whether it's checking, savings, loans, or mortgages, we're here to help you reach your financial goals. Bank local, bank smart, with online banking, mobile apps, and friendly faces ready to assist. Erie State Bank is always here for you. Visit Erie State Bank today in Erie, Illinois, and experience banking built on trust and community.
Are you feeling overwhelmed? You're not alone. Join the Gray Matters Collective, where mental health matters. With local chapters and collective coffee conversations, we're here to support you. Connect with us on Facebook at the Gray Matters Collective and be part of the community that cares. The Gray Matters Collective, because your mental health matters.
Looking for fresh, homemade treats? Visit Harvest Bakery and More in Erie, Illinois. From warm, buttery croissants to mouth-watering pies and cakes, we've got something for everyone. Need a special order for an event? We've got you covered with custom cakes and pastries that are sure to impress. Stop by today at Harvest Bakery and More on Main Street in Erie and taste the difference. Fresh, local, and made with love. Harvest Bakery and More, where every bite is a treat.
Attention all area foster and adoptive families. My name is Tiffany Garsha, and I am the founder and president of Raising Hope. Raising Hope is a nonprofit foster care closet located in Erie, Illinois, serving Whiteside, Lee, Ogle, Joe Davies, Rock Island, and Carroll counties. We reach out to area foster and adoptive families and provide emergency placement overnight bags, toiletries, clothing, diapering essentials, and more at no cost. If you ever need help with a new placement coming into your home, please reach out. Also, stay tuned for many of our upcoming events. Each summer, we sponsor a free carnival for children. During our fall time, we have a movie night. And then we also have a special angel tree around Christmas time. You can find us on Facebook at Raising Hope Erie, or you can reach out to us via email at raisinghopeerie@gmail.com. Thank you.
Panther fans, it's time to gear up and show your Panther pride. 5 Mile Creations is your hometown shop for custom EP fan gear and more. From single shirts to full team orders, 5 Mile will design and create apparel for any event. Individuals, businesses, teams, we do it all. Visit 5milecreations.com today and we'll turn your idea into reality. Go Panthers! For 45 years, Todd's Barbershop has been Erie's go-to spot for fresh cuts, good conversation, and Panther pride, all from the heart of the Triangle. Whether it's a buzz, a fade, or a cleanup before kickoff, Todd's delivers classic service with a laid-back vibe that's pure Erie. Proud supporter of the Erie Provincetown Panthers, because great hair and great teams both deserve a legacy. Located right on the Triangle in downtown Erie, walk-ins welcome, good vibes guaranteed. Todd's Barbershop, 45 years strong and still the sharpest spot in town.